And dear students, I hope the session has been so insightful and it gave you motivation, enthusiasm. Once again, as we always mention, creativity and innovation and inventions are the only tool that we all will have to come up with solutions for tomorrow, for the future. It might be in terms of the economy, bringing in profits. It might be in terms of facing the challenges, may it be the global challenges, natural environmental challenges, various kinds of other challenges like food security and all. So innovation is something that we really require at this moment of time. So please make sure that you got the message that was delivered by Professor Dayaratna in the correct way. And in the lineup, the next talk is going to be of huge significance for us as the orientation committee and for you all as the new batch of students who are dreaming to come to the Faculty of Applied Sciences too. I believe our speaker is there. Vinodini, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
The volume is not so clear, it seems.
Oh, okay. So, can you hear me, madam? Give me 1 minute.
Still not, it seems, Vinodini.
Okay.
Can we raise it a little bit more?
Yes. Give me 1 minute.
Oh, sure. All right. So the next speaker that we have invited for today's talk, I'm really glad that we do have 150 plus students in this session today as well. And in most of the sessions that has been there in the past few days, there was this one question coming from you all. What have I got to do if I wish to pursue a career in the academic field? If I wish to continue my career in a research area, research field? So those were the questions that we've been getting so far as well. So we've been getting those sort of questions other than the industry, right? Especially since we've been having industry experts, we've been having alumni who are in the industry, who are in the corporate. Plus, we've also been having opportunities for you all to listen to experts in these academic areas too. So among which we got these questions: how have we got to pursue our academic careers? How have we got to pursue our research careers? What have we got to do? Those are the questions that we've been receiving. So we thought of letting you all have Dr. Vinodini Tyagaraja, who is a very proud product of the Faculty of Applied Sciences. And currently is a postdoctoral researcher, a postdoctoral fellow in KIB. KIB is Kunming Institute of Botany, affiliated to the Chinese Academy of Sciences in China. So Chinese Academy of Sciences is one of the most prestigious academic bodies in the world. Whereas we do have our members, our alumni, performing so very well, leading research groups in these institutions. So Vinodini is one of our proud products from the Department of Natural Resources, and she graduated only in 2017 from the department, from the faculty, and from Sabaragam University of Sri Lanka. So it was in 2017 that she graduated from here, and today we sit in 2024 waiting to listen to her as a team leader who is a postdoctoral fellow in KIB and who is currently co-supervising 7 PhD students, collaborating with Emeritus Professor Kevin D. Hyde. So we don't think that we need anything more to be proud of her and proud of our own alumni. And especially, we wanted to make sure that you all have the same capacities, same potentials, and even more to go and gain into the heights in your research careers and research areas if you wish. If your interest is to go ahead in a research career, if your interest is to go ahead in an academic career, there is ample space, ample potential for you all to reach to those heights as well. So it is with that pride, I invite Dr. Tyagaraja, who has been a very good student some number of years ago in the department. Thank you, Vinodini, for accepting our invitation, our request to give a small talk today. We know that you're really busy, and right now it's going to be a very busy time for you in your Institute. Among everything, you spare time to talk to our very fresh students. So, dear students, get the message that you are going to get from our speaker today. If you do have any queries, questions, clarifications, make sure that you don't hesitate to ask them as well, right? And related to her research area, it's basically lichenology and basic fungal and lichen taxonomy and fungal ecology and plant pathology. I'm not going to tell many things about how she developed her research area and what are the current involvements in terms of her research right now. I'll leave them all to be delivered by Dr. Vinodani herself. Thank you so very much again, and let me hand over the session to you, dear Dr. Vinodini. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Deepchandi, for the nice introduction. And so first, I think I have prepared a small presentation to share with you. So I will start my talk with my presentation. So first of all, I would like to thank the Dean of the Faculty and all the head of the department, and also all the lecturers and the teachers, all the staffs and all the fresher students. So welcome to the orientation program 2024, which is conducted by Faculty of Applied Sciences, SUSL. So today I have been invited to have a talk for the alumni experience. So I would like to give you a brief introduction about myself. So, my name is Vinodini Tyagaraja. I'm a postdoctoral researcher in Kunming Institute of Botany, Chinese Academy of Sciences. So, and my past career, so I started my bachelor studies in, I completed my undergraduate study in Bachelor of Special in Environmental Sciences and Natural Resource Management in the Faculty of Applied Sciences in Sabaragama University of Sri Lanka. And right after my bachelor studies, so I started my PhD in plant pathology, and I completed my studies in Chiang Mai University. So after that, I completed my first postdoc as in Chiang Mai University. So now I have recently joined in KAB for my second postdoctoral position. So first, I would like to give you a small, amazing experience about my undergraduate study. So here you can see so many innocent faces. So this is our first year from 2013 to 2017. So I joined in, I remember exactly like July 12th, 2013, I joined in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. So when I started my career, so basically we all have faced kind of common challenges. So I will explain. Would like to share with my my experience and my challenges, how I overcome both the academic life and non-academic life, and how I identified and build up my career as a researcher. So when I started my undergraduate studies, so 2013, so the first problem was a cultural shock. So since I grown in a very small town with a limited number of people and limited experience of culture, so when I come to Beliholaya, so I could get chance or opportunity to speak with all around people from all around Sri Lanka. And another important thing is, inside the university, we mostly speak English, and outside the university, so with the local people and friends, we mostly speak Sinhala. So unfortunately, I could not understand both language. So, however, and later on, several months, I realized that it is not a big challenge as a student. So because when it comes to lecturers, they were very open towards the students. So even though my language ability was very poor, so I used my broken Tamil, English, Singlish, and Sinhala, all these broken languages, and try to communicate with them. So, but they have never discouraged me. So they always open toward me and courage to talk with them. So the communication was the biggest problem for me at the beginning, but somehow I could overcome this issue. So even though you will also have this kind of issue sometimes, but you will have amazing opportunity. Now you the good internet connection and free Wi-Fi and the good library access. So you can utilize all of them. So use those resources to build up your own personality. And so the second problem was living outside of my home. So I know as a Sri Lankan, we all are family oriented people. So I would say Belihulloya is one of the best place I have ever lived in my life. So that period, because the place is comparatively high, like lowest living cost area. So we can afford many things with food, clothes, and all these things with the cheapest cost. So this is one of the good things. So, and one of the advantage over the students as a students to overcome these issues. So these are the two things that I mainly you will also have this kind of common challenges that you can easily come up from this. So when it comes to the academic life, so even though I could learn things, but I did not know how to go, how to do the next step. And I was superficially focused on the thing. And over time, I also got lots of distraction and negative things. And these distractions ask a question about myself. Inside, the question arising from myself. And are you sure, like, that you choose the correct pathway for your future? Are you 100% sure that you will get a good job or good salary, a job with a good salary and all? So this can kind of distraction can also you can also face, because but even because when I started my advanced level, I never thought that I will go to Sabaragama University. I will study natural resources. And I'm sure like 90% of your people may have the same scenario. You might not know, like 2 years ago, you will come to this place, but I can guarantee you don't need to be worried and you don't need to be hesitant about your future. You are in the perfect place. So if you want to become whatever the career that you are going to have, like you can have a beautiful journey and a fruitful life here. So in during these studies, we have visited not only the classroom activities, outside of the classroom activities also we had lots. And unfortunately, I don't have enough pictures to share with you, but I chose several pictures. These are the academic visits that we have got chance to visit many places in Sri Lanka. They are child, like they are thrilled and they are uh, very much interesting and also very much fun we had. Like these are some kind of academic visits, non-classrooms activities we had. So of course, we also had lots of fun activities and lots of street food and cultural programs. So maybe my talk is maybe oriented towards the Department of Natural Resources, but not only my department, but also other departments. We have lots of collaborative and individual activities, both academic and non-academic activities. So when it comes to non-academic, we had like academic, we had like Astrocam, food festival, and uh, Sabra Challenges, which is one of the famous sport festival, sport activity. And we also had lots of cultural programs such as Ratriyavi, Pirihibini Diyavara, and so many. I'm pretty much sure that you will have more than us. You will have lots of fun activities. So do not miss these beautiful moments in your life too. So just make a balance between your academic life and non-academic life. So after the so so and during these times the main issue was like as I mentioned earlier, it's like how I am going to build up my career, so what I'm going to do. So later in my second year, maybe mostly in my second year, I got to know about what is higher education, how we can pursue higher education, and all these things that we got received from our lectures and our seniors. From that, and based on my experience, based on my ambition, and based on my own personal interest, I identify myself as a researcher. So as a researcher, I could find lots of resources there. So whatever the resources that I use maximum as much as possible. So I used to join with many other collecting and the research activities. So this is my life as a career as a researcher. So maybe if you want to become a sportman, if you want to become a teacher, lecturer, researcher, any field, like you are going to have enough resources there. only thing is just you have to play with the resources to build up your career. So this is the only thing that nothing things are on your hand. So maybe this life might have kind of, ups and downs and some unexpected experience and many distractions. So no matter whatever it is, just go through this beautiful journey and build up your career, build up, finalize, just identify yourself, what you want to become, and use all the resources to build up your future career. And I also would like to share with you one of the greatest coincidence in my life. So I graduated 2017. I received my convocation ceremony on 27th and January. In the same day, same date, after 5 years, I received my PhD graduation. So so, and presently now I am working as a researcher and a postdoctoral researcher in Kunming Institute of Botany, and I'm supervising 7 PhD students. I'm also co-supervising many students outside of China. So, and I'm mostly working on the fungal taxonomy and the lichen taxonomy. Maybe in future, hopefully I would like to collaborate with the students from SUSL, probably from your batch. And as I just started my career as a researcher, but I always want to say that wherever I want to go, I don't know how long this journey will be, but wherever I will go, I always want to say that I am a proud product of SUSL. And I also would like to recall some incidents. So when I started my PhD, so we had to go through 3 months training program to evaluate our progress. So after 3 months, the university would like to hire many students from the same faculty. So fortunately, they also got the same chance, and they also completed their PhD and they are performing in their best level as a researcher. So we have an imagination, like if you are from a student from a faculty of applied sciences, you will have a good, we have a very good impression about that you will perform in anywhere. So I hope that you will all have this kind of impression and imagination all around the world. And I wish you all the best, all the very best to say like you all are proud product of SUSL. Thank you. So thank you so much again. So if you have any question related to my research or my academic career life, and you can ask me. Hello, students. Do you have any question? Maybe you can, dear students, maybe you can also ask any question and sing aloud Tamil. So maybe I will try to answer, maybe. So I got a question. Yes, I think I received a question like, did you do PhD straightly? Yes, I did. Because usually there are many, please explain some ways to get into inner degree. Okay, so the question is, ma'am, did you do PhD straightly? And please explain some ways to get into inner degree. Okay, so yes, I did got my PhD directly because it depends on how you are performing your profile, academic profile. Usually, you need to have certain GPA level according to the university that you are applying, and also if you want to become a, if maybe you also, it's better to have kind of research papers published in international journals or conferences. So this can kind of educational background can help you to get a direct PhD, but you can also have kind of in sometimes you can do MPhil, MSc to PhD, or MPhil, MSc, MPhil to PhD, or BSc to directly PhD. So it depends on how you are performing in your undergraduate studies. So that's why I always try to work hard. If you want to become a researcher, like try to focus mostly on the research works. So, and from the NR degree, so whatever the degree, I would say, like you are going to have a basic knowledge from your undergraduate studies. So in our studies, we mostly studied um, biodiversity, and I know most of my colleagues, they are doing the PhD in biodiversity, and I am studying in mycology taxonomy is a study about fungus. So we did a basic studies about the microbiology. So, and I know some of our colleagues, they are working on ecological conservation and the geology. So we have different kinds of whatever the careers. So in natural resources, so you will have lots of background knowledge. From that, you can choose what you like to choose. And for me, I wanted to study, first of all, I wanted to study climate science, which I interested. I also have studied in undergraduate, but somehow I got this opportunity. So I wanted to grab this opportunity. So you will have lots of, it is depend on what you are interested. So, so yes, you will have, if in the food science also the same, I think whatever the studies that you are going to choose, you can have the basic knowledge. From that, you can evaluate, you can choose your future career. Uh, Ma'am, what research did you conduct for your final year project in SUSL? So yes, as I just told you that I was interested in studying about climatology, climate science. So I studied mostly about climate and plant interaction. So somehow, like we also had vast knowledge of microbiology and the conservation management and biodiversity geology. So fortunately, I got this opportunity first and I wanted to grab this opportunity. So I was quite unhappy when I started my career. Like I wanted to study climatology. Are you sure? So my supervisor, I still remember like Dr. Professor Jalal and Professor Uday Kumar. So when I went to say goodbye to before I leave Sri Lanka, they says like don't wait for the opportunity, don't wait for the sixer, whatever the ball just come, just hit the ball and just get the run. So this is how I work. I wanted to grab this opportunity, so just I chose, and over time I started to love my work, and now I became a taxonomist. Ma'am, what is the path to become a climate scientist? Okay, so if you wanted to become a climate scientist, I would say basically it's better to focus your final year research mostly oriented towards the climate science. So if you're, I'm not sure, like food science, and maybe you can develop your objectives based on the studies, but in natural resources it is easy. We have lots of curriculum like related to climate science. So from the climate science, you can design your objective and your research activity, research plan for your final research based on the climate science. So from that, you can build up your career as a climate scientist. Okay, I think I answered your question. Did I?
Dear students, so I'm Deep Chand here again, and we've been taking summer. We've been having a certain departmental engagement right now. So I showed to the department faculty, the faculty members, including our Dean Sir, Professor Uday Kumar and Professor Jailal, the head of the department, and the members of the department were here. So I showed them you, Vinodini. So they were really, really happy. And I don't think that a teacher can have something more than being proud of students gaining these sort of heights in a very short period of time, excelling in their research, excelling in their careers, and that's the ultimate satisfaction. So all of us were really happy to see you today delivering this talk, and all their best wishes. I wanted to convey that they gave their best wishes to you. Thank you so very much for accepting this invitation. So that was on behalf of my department. And on behalf of the faculty and the orientation committee, dear new students, so these are your own senior sisters, right? So if she could do that, you can essentially do this too, and even more perhaps. So as Dr. Vinodini very correctly mentioned, what you really require is to be prepared. There's a saying that when preparation meets the opportunity, that is where you'd find luck, right? So you have to be prepared all the time. How have you got to be prepared is by looking at all these examples of our great alumni. You must now know what do you mean by being prepared, right? So that is what is required. You have to have your motivation, enthusiasm, dedication, determination. So all that would make you a prepared person to excel. And we see enough examples, sufficient examples from our own alumni who have excelled in their respective fields. So make sure that you use your time, you utilize these opportunities to gain whatever the maximum understanding that you require to clarify your doubts. If you do have anything that you need to clarify, make sure that you ask questions and get them clarified. Right. For job opportunities for NR degrees, these sort of very specific questions, I think we can actually handle them in a departmental level session as well. Right. So I would like if you all take this opportunity to gain insights in a common way, like, for example, so that might benefit all of you in the audience. right? There are many opportunities for our students. We'll talk about them once you find yourselves in the next departmental session. So Dr. Vinodini is an example and evidence. So researchers, academicians, in the academic field, you can go, and there are many, many other corporate examples too. Anything more? When it comes to pursuing a research career, irrespective of the field, right? It might be NR, it might be food, it might be sports, it might be physical sciences, chemistry. So if you do have any questions further, please make sure that you ask them. I'm sure Dr. Vinodin will be able to give you nice answers using her own experiences, right? So please. It was nice hearing that she mentioned about how the language was different, how the society looked different, how the culture looked different once you find yourself on campus for the first time, and how gradually you get to adapt to these situations and make sure that you feel comfortable in your own surrounding. So that's ultimately up to yourselves. Once you find yourself on the campus with all these bigger societies, it's going to be your next chapter of life. So it's up to you to get yourself adjusted in the most beneficial way for you. Right? It might go for both directions, isn't it, Vinodini? It might go for the good, it might go for the bad too. But it's up to ourselves to make sure that we choose the right path. Right? There might be people with certain stressors, maybe certain levels of depression. That's because they need your help. So at those sort of times, make sure that you become a nice friend to somebody who needs your help and bring him up, lift him up. And together you can excel in your studies and kind of make sure that these 4 years of life is going to be one of the most nicest times of your lives. So please make sure that you have your own questions to Dr. Vinodini, because she is here for you until 11 a.m., right, in Sri Lankan time. So please make sure that you ask your questions. And Dr. Vinodini, on behalf of the students, let me ask this question. So your institute, the KIB, it represents, it is affiliated to the CAS, one of the most prestigious institutions in the world, very ranked institution. Could you give some insights on various kinds of other affiliated institutions or say campuses or universities where our students from the Faculty of Applied Sciences, including the food scientists, the chemists, the physicists, and the sports science students, where they can have their higher learning opportunities, if you do have any idea?
Yes, I do have. And thank you for the question, Dr. Deepchandi. So actually in Chinese Academy of Sciences, it is a major institute. So under this, we have Kunming Institute of Botany and Kunming Institute of Zoology. So as I know, one of our colleague, he's working on Kunming Institute of Shishyambana Institute of Botany. So XDBG. So this is also affiliated under CAS. So he's doing his PhD. And also I know like many of our colleagues, they did their undergraduate study in Wuhan University. So which is not affiliated to CAS, but is also a co-university here. So, and my friends like who have graduated with me, they are studying. They are one student, one of our colleagues, she's working in the US, and another the colleagues are working in Mayfall University as a postdoctoral researcher. So I know like one of our senior who is doing his PhD, even though he completed his uh, bachelor studies in the food science, so he's also studying fungal related studies. I'm not sure exactly what research he's focusing on. So I would say we have lots of opportunities from undergraduate studies in the faculty. From that we can choose our future career. So Cass, and I know like recently surprisingly a student from SUSL will be joining in our team as for her PhD. But I hope in future, like most of the students will join in my own team as well.
Of course they will. I think our students will be like so motivated to see themselves in your team. once they graduate, and hopefully from Faculty of Applied Sciences. There are many graduates graduating in a given year, right? So we do have around 40, sometimes around 60 in one batch. And so is it in food sciences and physical sciences and sports sciences too. And do you know anything about the Wuhan University's sports science divisions or the schools or the campuses?
Yes, I know many students.
Mm,
Yes, there were many students were asking about this, like to join for
I
their
see.
sports science degree in China.
I see.
But the important point is in mostly for exceptionally. So we did our PhD in Thailand, so we could come here mostly in Thailand, China. So the language, so they have to accomplish their language degree program as Chinese. Then they can find lots of opportunities. So if possible, like if you would like to join in Chinese university, it's better learn some kind of expand their or your language ability up to Chinese language as well. So this will help you to find lots of opportunity inside China with a very good stipend and the facilities for your PhD or any higher education scholarship.
Thank you. Thank you for that answer. And there's a question in the chat line.
So, madam, is it possible to switch to environmental sciences after doing chemical technology degree? So I'm not sure they are asking about bachelor's to bachelor or bachelor's to PhD. So I will take as a, if you study like environmental sciences, maybe I will tell you study chemical technology. Can I study environmental sciences in your higher education? So and I just learned this in during my PhD actually. So one of the famous researcher from our group, and he's a popular scientist as well. So he said like he became an expert in the mushrooms, fungus science. So, so how he became is when he became a farmer, like he wanted to study about fungus, then he started to study about this. So it doesn't matter what I would say, like what background you have, like it is also have influence in a certain level. So whatever you want to study, so with the kind of same, how to say, if you have a potential to study a new thing, of course you can switch your career to whatever you like to do. So I would say yes, Loy, like you have a background knowledge for a research. From that, using that knowledge, it is also possible to switch for your, preferable degree. But it's better have a good pathway from the beginning. If you want to become a, researcher, try to focus on one research. If you want to become one, kind of studies, it's better be focused rather than, studying many things to get your achieve your goal. So yes, you still have opportunities, but better have to orient it towards a one degree programs or one study. Yes, I think they ask, I think this is what they were asking, like chemical technology degree switch to environmental sciences. Please, you can ask me any other questions if I mistaken your question, or if you have any other questions.
Dr. Vinodini, one general question.
Yes.
Like when it comes to the Sri Lankan situations, Sri Lankan background, Sri Lankan environment, and the
Yes.
Chinese academic environment,
Yes.
do you feel any difference between the amount of dedication that they put into, the amount of, say, commitment that is expected by a researcher or something like that? Would you give some insight on that?
Yes, of course. Like I would say, like when it comes to background knowledge, like as a undergraduate student, I gained lots of knowledge from the teachers, from the surrounding environment. and I got so many practical knowledge. But when it comes to hard work, nobody can beat these Chinese students, I would say. Like they are so much dedicated. So like I would say, like many students when they start their PhD, I know like they have their English knowledge is almost zero. So they work harder and harder. And eventually, even if they will take some more time, even after 8 years, they will become one of the expert in their field. So I would say like even though, but I have noticed like many students who have performed very well in Sri Lanka and who are much knowledgeable and much brightful, but still they quit, like because they won't want to put the same dedication as they do. So I would say hard work beats everything. So even though I don't know, however, what whichever talent you have, whichever how much background knowledge you have, so if you can work hard, like you can achieve well. So I would say like these people are much more dedicated students that we really wanted to learn. We only put the same dedication and the hard work only during the exam, not other time. So it's better if we have the same time, the same kind of effort all, we should have the balance life, academic and non-academic, like personal career as well. So it's better to have the balanced life, but better still have, like I found it as the people here are working harder than us. So like even though I would say I did not work that much harder when I was in undergraduate, and I wish I could have worked harder than this. So so don't miss that opportunity. Don't feel after the graduation. So in the from the beginning onward, just stay focused and work hard and work harder. But how much this is on your hands. So dedication, you have to dedicate yourself to get a better career. Yes, Dr. Deep
Thank
Chandi.
you so much.
Yes.
It gave the correct idea at the correct time, right? It was the very right time for that sort of an advice. They're just starting their academic career in some few weeks' time. So it's in the very right time that the advice came. Working harder means a lot once you start your undergraduate career. One student is asking, why didn't you go to a Western country, instead selected China? It seems.
Like, thank you for the question. Actually, I have most comfortable and uncomfortable life in Asian countries. So this is the reason. And the first thing is I got a good position. There is no such comparison, I would say. Like even though like I'm having a better position, a good salary with the I have, I think, even the same thing that I will also receive from the Western countries. Yes, I did got a PhD opportunity from the Oslo University in Norway. So, but still I choose this career because I found it is much suitable to do my research. So there is no such reason why I only choose Asia, but because of my own research interest, and China is one of the best place to do my research. So it's just on only my personal preference that I choose to come to work here, because more the import another point is like I'm working on fungal taxonomy, so the fungal diversity and the ecology so is higher in China, and we can explore more, and we got lots of opportunity to go and explore in the field. So during my undergraduate PhD studies, I visited many times, and I found this place as the best place for my research. So that's why I chose, even though I got the opportunity to do in other outside of here, China. Like if you would like to go Western countries, yes, of course you can go. So there is no such like a comparison like Asian and non-Asian countries. So the knowledge that you gain and the background that you have is more important wherever you go, wherever you work. Yes, thank you for your question.
So Dr. Vinodini will be available for maybe 10 more minutes, I guess. Please, dear students. If you have any more questions. If there are no questions, maybe we could wind up the session. Are we sure that there are no questions anymore? Okay. I think if any one of you want to connect with Dr. Vinodini, perhaps through LinkedIn or whatever, the Gmail or email or maybe Messenger, WhatsApp, I'm sure that she'll be pleased to share her contacts over the chat. Perhaps you'd easily find her once you search her, like Google her, you will be finding her details, I guess. Right. So in the absence of any more questions, let me thank formally on behalf of the Orientation Committee of the Faculty of Applied Sciences. I thank you, Dr. Vinodini, for accepting our invitation and for delivering such a motivative talk that you inspired all these freshers, then very new students of the faculty. I'm really sure that they got a nice message from your own experience, own life story that you revealed, that you discussed, that you took into an example here in this talk. So thank you so very much. And you have never hesitated to talk to our students whenever we needed your support, for example, for career guidance or for career development, for orientation, whatever the event was it, you always lended your helping hand to make it a success. So thank you so very much for that. And we wish we'll be having your continuous support for the years to come as well. And if ever our students, our graduates need help, assistance, support, advice from you related to their research careers, I'm sure you will be offering help for them as well. So thank you once again, Dr. Vinodini. We are really happy that we could have you for this session today. And I believe you could, dear students, I believe you gained a lot of insights, a nice motivation, right? And your doubts are now cleared. If you had some doubts related to how my field would impact, how my disciplines would impact on my future careers, and how I should pursue a research career, what are the ways, what are the pathways and channels that I could use, I'm sure you got nice understanding about those things through this talk. So I can now wind up the session, but I want Dr. Vinodini to stay in the Zoom so that we can have a small personal chat with the department members for a while. And I would now let the students to leave the session. Thank you so very much. And the recording can also be stopped.